Hello, everyone. We've started our broadcast. Let me greet you again. And today we are having an international webinar. Let's check if all the rooms are ready. Please give me some feedback from other rooms, whether you can hear me and see me, whether everything is okay. And I will start sharing my screen. We will talk about the market of cryptocurrencies. We will talk about smart portfolio. Just 1 second. Okay, so we have the Italian, Spanish. We're waiting for the translator in the Tamil room. Okay, it's there. Okay, everyone is in their place, and congratulations, everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, those of you who celebrate it. And I would like to wish you all the best in the coming year. And I am sure that next year, the happy owners of a smart portfolio who already purchased this wonderful product and are in the stage of accumulation of crypto will be very, very happy. So right before your eyes, you see the Bitcoin chart over 1 month. In other words, one let's say candlestick is 1 month here. You see, we have red candles and green. If it's red, it means that the price started falling from the peak and it ended at the bottom. So it went all the way down to the bottom. So every candlestick represents 1 month. We can change this chart and show it in different ways. We can put it and represent it in days or weeks. One stick will represent a day or a week, but we will be taking a look at, we will be considering it for now in months. And let me do some changes to the chart to see more history. So you see every candlestick represents a month. So give me a plus in the chat if you can see everything so that I know I can proceed. Okay, good, thanks. Now, as you can see, if we take a look at the Bitcoin, not in terms of the daily, let's say, profitability, but monthly movements, you can see that there is a clear growth, and it has been growing for quite some time. And I guess we all understand that Bitcoin will be growing and crypto in general. In some particular months, you might see some negative, let's say, performance, but next month it will be positive. So I came to the cryptocurrency market in 2017 when it was growing, and I started investing and learning more about it in this year. And then the market started falling. There was almost 83% drop over 2 years. I was very disappointed. Cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin was on the fall for 2 years, 2018, 2019. It was on the fall. And out of all the months, you see, you had only 3 green candlesticks. The rest of them were red, which means that for more than a year, Bitcoin was going down and down. But I used the method of accumulation and averaging the price, which allowed me to shape in this particular period my own good crypto portfolio. If I knew about the smart portfolio, and if I had been able to invest into a smart portfolio back then, I would gladly have done it. Why? Let me show you why. I'm going to show you the CoinMarketCap website. If you don't know that website, well, remember it. So here it is. This website shows us it's like a Wikipedia for crypto. So just note that here we have snapshots, so-called historical snapshots, and we can see how the market looked like in 2017. Let's go to late 2017, early 2018. January 2018, Bitcoin reached the mark of 20,000 and started going down, which lasted for 1.5 years. And you see Bitcoin ranked first. And also note, please, that there were other cryptocurrencies that were in the top. XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, NEM, Litecoin, Tron, Stellar, IOTA. Do you know that coin, IOTA? So it was very popular back then. Dash coin, EOS, Qtum, you see, on the 15th place. Lisk Bitcoin. Do you know such a coin at all? Lisk, or coins like Zcash or Zcash, Nano. So, and I would like to draw your attention to the fact that if we take the top 10 coins, they were more or less known. And by the way, note that there is no USDT and such popular coins as Polkadot or Solana. Back then, there were no such coins at all, and nobody knew that they would appear in 3 years and would be in the ranking position. And that's where I started investing. And to know what kind of place a coin will have in 3 years and what kind of market cap it will have, nobody knew. Binance coin, see, it ranked 31st, early 2018. That's what was its position. Of course, we might have had ideas that it would increase. Waves, Komodo, here it is. Lots of blockchains and coins that back then were like popular, and some of them still exist. But if we compare this list with what's going on right now, let me take the same snapshot, but for a different date. Let's say the 2021, which is the 23rd of December. Let's say 22nd of December, okay? So here you go. As of the 22nd of December, here is our, let's call it story. Ethereum second, Binance Coin 3, Tether, it's a stable coin, Solana, XRP, Cardano, USD Coin, Terra, Avalanche, Polkadot, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Polygon. Some of those blockchains didn't even exist back then. Uniswap, you didn't have those coins in 2017. Almost none of them existed, but if they did, they were somewhere in the bottom. So the first question, let's say, problem that Smart Portfolio addresses is that it creates a balanced cryptocurrency portfolio based on the example of CoinMarketCap. Using the CoinMarketCap, it says market cap in the top, and then you will always have a balanced cryptocurrency portfolio. That's its main task, not trading. Smart Portfolio does not do any trading, does not do any bot trading activity. It doesn't pay you interest. What it does, it reflects the market. It's an index investment instrument, mid-term, long-term instrument. So if you purchase this instrument, don't expect profits tomorrow or the day after, because the cryptocurrency market is highly unpredictable and volatile, but for sure in 1, 2, 3 years, it will be growing. And when I came to that market, I realized that Bitcoin will cost a lot eventually. And in 2017, it reached its peak of $20,000 per coin. And in February, let's say 2019, let me put it 2019 February, the second month. You see, February the 7th, it cost 3,400. You see, it cost 3,400. And when I came in 2017, it cost $16,000, $17,000, $18,000. In December 2017, January 18, it cost around $20,000. So those who bought it back then, do you think they made money or they had a loss? Those who bought Bitcoin, write it in the chat whether they made money or not. Give me a plus if they made money. So if they sold their coin in 2019 at $3,000 and purchased it at 17,000 in 2017, then they had a loss. But if they didn't sell it and waited it out, then they had multiple X's. Their capital increased multiple times. So back then, I was already receiving education in the academy, master profi, and all possible trainings from the academy. And I fully realized that the cryptocurrency industry is the industry, growing industry. And I was, like following the news. And that's why I created a very good capital in the top coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And I can't say I have many coins right now, but I have a decent amount of them. And I can allow myself to, live on the crypto that I bought in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. Because all that time I was buying coins. And let's imagine I did some calculation here. I'm gonna show it to you. So let me check if you can see my Excel spreadsheet. Give me please a plus in the chat if you can see the spreadsheet. Okay, thanks. Good. So look, I wrote down the Bitcoin exchange rate starting from the 1st of January 2015. And, I wasn't lazy and I created my own Excel sheet. Did you ever try to write down exchange rates for any period? I recommend you do it on your own. Let me zoom it in for you to see better. So look, on the 1st of January 2015, Bitcoin costs $300, $300. Now it costs 100 times more than like 150 times more in just 7 years. So I calculated that if starting from January 2018, a person would start buying every month $100 worth of Bitcoin. And in 2017, everyone knew about Bitcoin, heard about it. So if a person started buying it on the 1st of January 2018, $100 worth of Bitcoin every month, sorry, you see it says the exchange rate was $13,850. So, and if they bought it $100, this is how many Bitcoins they would have bought, like 0.00 something. So, and I calculated that in 49 months, which is from January to December, 49 months have passed. And let me calculate it. Yes, in 49 months, I would have invested $4,900, or that hypothetical investor would have invested $4,900, $100 a month. And they would have a $29,500 by now. From $5,000 in 4 years more, their capital would have increased 6 times in 7 years, sorry. So it's what, 70% per year, 80% per year. And most interestingly, this was done without any analysis, without any, analyzing the charts and, trying to catch the up and down movement of the coin and not worrying about the exchange rate. Just you put aside and invest $100. By the way, what commandment of the private investor or a rule of the private investor tells you to put aside 10% and invest? Who can tell me? It's commandment. Which one? Yes, it's the second rule, says that we need to follow 5 commandments. And it's the first commandment to put aside 10% from all your income. In our case, we took $100. So if a person put aside $100 a month, they would have now $29,500. And if they didn't just put it aside, but not just make payments or, let's say, buy coin on the first day of each month, but would be smart about it. Now let's go back to the chart and see when it is better to buy the coin, looking at this chart. So when do you think it is profitable to buy in the coin if you were able to go back in the time and buy Bitcoin in 17 over here, or in 2019 here when the Bitcoin is at its lowest? Well, someone says when it at its lowest, correct? Jorgen is correct, and Irina in the Russian room too. So you see, it says 1, 2, 3 months. You see, we have the decline, and then it's growth, and then again we have the downward trend, and most probably there will be another growth. It might happen today, tomorrow, the day after, next month. Well, nobody really knows, but we all understand that the overall cryptocurrency trend is growing. And if you do your monthly investment contributions, then you will surely become richer. And here, Smart Portfolio addresses the second task for you. You don't have to analyze the market and see what to buy. The Smart Portfolio will buy for you what today is most valuable in the market. Today, Binance Coin is a leader. Solana is a leader. And they will be included in your portfolio. And if you did it in 2018, that's how your crypto portfolio would look like. If you continued using it, then in 2019, that's how your portfolio would look like. And those tokens would be balanced in the way they are reflected on coin market cap. Of course, it wouldn't include Tether and USDT, USDC, because they are stable coins. And every 7 days, you would have that portfolio rebalanced. And today, you would have this kind of a portfolio. And on the example of the well-known Solana, it's a very popular blockchain. I wanted to show you that Solana appeared in the market. When did it appear? Early, let me show the entire chart. It appeared in mid 2020. Mid 2020, that blockchain appeared, and it wasn't interested interesting for anyone. And then it experienced a sharp growth like other crypto did. And if we take a look at the this portfolio as of the beginning of the year, let me choose 2021. One moment, January. Here it is. And let's try and find Solana in January 2021. If I'm not mistaken, Solana wasn't in the top 100. Okay, here it is. It was 112th. 112, that's its position of Solana. Who could have predicted early 2021 that this Solana coin would be such a success? But already in a couple of days, let's change it to the 5th of January. In a couple of days later, let's see Solana. So it's okay, it's 113th. Let's go a little bit later. Let's say 7th of January. It should be, yeah, you see, it's already 2 days later, it's already 46th in terms of capitalization. And let's say 6th of January. You see, on the 6th, it was 125th place. And then on the 7th of January, it went all the way up to the 46th place. You see how quickly the market of cryptocurrencies changes. In 2 days, the token goes down from 112th to 125th or 145th, that it goes all the way up to 46, and then within a year it is in the top 10 coins. And imagine that you had smart portfolio back then and you wouldn't even know about Solana being a potentially good blockchain, but by having the smart portfolio in January of 2021, after rebalancing of your portfolio, Solana most probably would be included in your portfolio. It might have been at top 50, top 100, but it would be there already. And then in the next couple of months, that token would have grown considerably in price, and you would made quite a decent profit there. But thanks to the fact that smart portfolio balances your portfolio in terms of capitalization and not the token price, it does not really care whether the token is growing or decreasing. It doesn't care whether the market is showing the rising or falling trend. No, smart portfolio sees what market share or what place a token holds. If Bitcoin tomorrow stops being top 1 and starts being top 2, then your smart portfolio in here would change as well. You see, it says in my portfolio here, in our test portfolio in here, 21% is Bitcoin. Bitcoin accounts for 21%, and 13 or 14% of all the tokens is Ethereum. And then you can see percentage-wise all other tokens, and they fully reflect what's going on in the current market. And what do we have in the market right now? Let's take a gander. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance coin, Tether is excluded, Solana, XRP, Cardano. And let's find them here. Here they are, Solana, RXP, Cardano. Well, it needs to be rebalanced because the last rebalancing was made on the 16th of December. But as of the 16th of December, Cardano was second and XRP was higher than Cardano. And in this particular case, if we analyze it, this portfolio consists of top 30 cryptocurrencies with a 30-day rebalancing. It's like a test portfolio that has the intention to show the worst case scenario, like what happens if we go for the least effective settings. And currently, this portfolio didn't have any topping up. No money was added to this portfolio. We see that we purchased the first coins in August for 2,400. In August, September, the market went up, then it went down, then it went up again, and then it went down again, and then it is growing again. And that money, $262,603, this is almost $300 of profits. Well, 200, because we put 2,400. So it's plus 200. This is not entirely correct amount, because it does not take into consideration the withdrawals and topping up and all the movements in the wallet. So unfortunately, we cannot, make our estimations using that number. You need to do the calculations yourself and to see what's the value of your portfolio is right now. You should look at this number here.
Why? Because at Binance, many transfer tokens from one wallet to another. If you don't use Binance actively, so then do your monitoring. My portfolio looks a bit strange. I will show it to you for you to understand what I'm talking about. Look, this is what I have, minus 6,000, but actually plus 73, because I topped up 2,400. And first of all, I had Binance, then Hobby, and during this shift, I did not use my smart portfolio over this time. And unfortunately, it happened that there is this technical error, but I don't care actually, because I know and I take note of the amounts topped up 2,400, and I have extra 73 US dollars gained in a few weeks of the first month. In order to buy smart portfolio, first of all, I recommend you to open either Hobby or Binance account. If you have a Binance account and you do trading there, then you can open an additional Hobby account and activate your smart portfolio there. And quite soon, there will be other exchanges connected, including FTX. And in case you open a Hobby account, I'd like to show you one interesting thing. At present, Hobby has a drawer. If you complete a task and you will get, so this is the contest. I will turn it into English. When you register, if you register today, within 24 hours, you may have up to $200. For the first deposit, you get $30. If your deposit exceeds 2,000, you get another 30. So the exchange gives you a possibility to earn $300 simply if you register. And if you buy smart portfolio for 1,200 and deposit 3,000 to hobby account, the exchange will give you another $300. So this is the gift of the exchange. In addition to that, you may get a bonus under the partnership program for selling the license, and this amount could be invested to hobby under the management of smart portfolio. And I believe that today this is the best offer on the market. Why? Because the market is in decline. These are Christmas discounts, privileges. You may buy a smart portfolio and top up the accounts, both accounts, Binance and Hobby, and in another 6 months, 12 months, there is the likelihood Bitcoin may get down, but quite likely it will start climbing up. And if it climbs up, there will be some waves and volatility, but the overall development trend of Bitcoin and crypto industry is clear to everyone, and everyone agrees. And afterwards, there will be regulation, introduction, and adoption. And those who use smart portfolio, they are guaranteed to earn long-term or medium-term perspective if they use this tool correctly. And the best performance is when you follow the principle, you deposit and you add extra amounts every month. Well, are there any questions about the product as such and the strategies to follow? So let's discuss your questions, if any, and afterwards I will tell you something about the performance of our portfolio. Okay, so your questions from the chats. There is a question: when our CRU token is listed in other exchanges. Wait a minute. I haven't bought CRU token at a cheap price. It is less than 8 cents, the best price, the best offer. When I'm full, as they say, I will pack my suitcase with the CRU token, as they say. And I don't want it to go to other exchanges, because when it is listed there, the price may go up. And now I am accumulating CRU tokens to open my business account, to have the node, so that we can develop our ecosystem. And the listing on exchanges is not guarantee of any growth. Growth does not depend on our listing on the exchanges. It depends on the understanding why this asset will be expensive. I understand why it will be expensive. I know why Bitcoin will cost a lot, and therefore the cheaper it gets, the more I buy. And other tokens such as Ethereum's or Polkadot, for instance, I know why they will be more expensive. I don't look at the price. I don't care which current price they have. What I'm interested is whether this token has a potential tomorrow. If I see this potential, you know, today over 15,000 tokens are listed on CoinMarketCap. If you open any token, ask the first question: in 3-5 years, who will buy it and why? If you may clearly understand and answer this question straightforward way, then you may buy it. But if the answer because someone will use it, you know, I always have a question, why not Bitcoin then? There is a question, are there going to be any discounts for smart portfolio devoted to Christmas and New Year? The price policy for this product is not fixed by our company. We simply sell the product developed by the vendors, by the developers. So they set the prices. We have no influence on the price, but the crypto market today offers you a great discount. And today, the discount for the buying of digital assets, and I will tell you the discount. I will find the chart. Until the 1st of January, we also give CRU tokens to those who sell. So the discount offered by the market is 24%, and therefore you may buy the currencies 24% cheaper than 1 month ago. I believe this is quite a good discount. If you buy smart portfolio and invested the money to the Binance account 1 month ago, you would have minus 24%, whereas tomorrow you may gain 24%. Other questions? There is another question. I still don't understand why I'm asked to have 2,000 in my account. Why should I add extra money and cannot sell my portfolio? Look, if you bought your portfolio and deposited 2,000 to the exchange and the crypto market gets cheaper, then your portfolio's value is less than $2,000. For the smart portfolio to work efficiently, it needs an amount over $2,000. Why? Because if you have 100 coins and 2,000, equally, it will be $20 invested into the purchase of each currency on average. But if you don't divide this amount equally, because the smart portfolio does not buy them all equally. So the share of one coin is 1% of the portfolio, and the share of another one is 50%, or of the third one is 7%. So different shares of different currencies, and one coin will be invested not $20, but $40, and for another one, $1 only. And therefore, there is the minimum amount with which the product may work. On Binance exchange itself, you may not trade in cents. There are no accounts that you may buy a Bitcoin with 1 cent. You cannot do it, as there are commissions and the number of tokens. Such transactions are not available. There are some limits subject to which you can buy and sell some coins, and these limits are 2,000 US dollars for the smart portfolio. What can you do? If the amount gets lower, this is a great signal for you to top up your exchange. So the best thing to do is to top up more. Why? Because you get a discount. The market suggests that the prices went down. What you bought yesterday, today's cost cheaper. And today, Bitcoin, look, I showed it to you in the beginning. When I bought Bitcoin, it was 17,000. then it dropped down to 3,500. So Bitcoin cost 17,000, and then he started to cost 3,500. What is the price you would like to buy your Bitcoin? Cheaper or more expensive? If your answer is cheaper, then the smart portfolio suggests, look, your crypto assets declined, the market declined, and you can buy cheaper. I cannot work. The portfolio, the smart portfolio says, I cannot work because I don't have enough funding to rebalance. And therefore, if you have no money to add extra, you may shift your portfolio to top 50. The threshold is $1,500 there. Top 30 is the minimum threshold is $600. But the best way is when you top up 2,000, 2,500 or 3,000 to your Binance account. The more you deposit, the more you earn. Any other questions? Yes, there is another question from the same partner. Could you please explain how our tokens are linked with digital guarantees? Which tokens? So the linkage between digital guarantees and tokens, our tokens, WCRU tokens. Look, WCRUs are digital shares, which are backed by real assets, tangible assets. Digital guarantee provides for your using your assets as a security, as a collateral. And there are such cases when Bitcoin is used as a collateral. For instance, you want to buy an apartment or a car, and instead to use a collateral to get a loan, you may use a collateral your property, your car or your apartment. If you don't pay off, the car will be taken from you. And digital guarantees will use our tokens, WCRUs, CRUs, as a collateral for you to get some benefits. But you'd better ask these questions at the webinar devoted to digital guarantees, because here we are talking about a different product, smart portfolio and blockchain industry, Bitcoin and our blockchain in particular. But as a collateral asset, WCRU may be used like any other asset, for instance, any other asset that is of high value. Can I not use Binance to smart portfolio if I trade myself? So Binance has several wallets, spot, marginal, peer-to-peer, and etc. About 4 or 5 domestic wallets on Binance. So therefore, if you do trading on Binance in marginal wallet with the leverage, then in spot wallet, you may use smart portfolio, but the most efficient strategy will be if you have smart portfolio on one exchange and the other exchange you trade. So not Binance or Huobi. You may trade in any exchange you like. For instance, you may trade in Huobi and have smart portfolio on Binance, or you trade on Binance and keep your smart portfolio on Huobi. So unfortunately, smart portfolio is operational only on Binance and Huobi. And later on, they plan to open other exchanges and even Binance US in March next year. So for the US citizens, therefore, you'd better use two exchanges, one for trading and one for smart portfolio. Jogan, hopefully we answered your question. And I cannot find the second question from you, actually, because I joined the chat a bit later. There is another question. When shall Binance be available for the USA partners to use the smart portfolio? I've just said that we plan to add Binance US, but not sooner than March. So Binance US, not Binance, but Binance US. But to my information, US citizens may register on Huobi, if I'm not mistaken. On Huobi, you may register and you may work there. I didn't double check it. Do we have any US citizen? And did you try to register on Huobi? Do we have such partners?
Any further questions? So Huobi is back for Americans. So Americans can register on Huobi, but on Huobi, you can use top 50 index because there isn't enough liquidity there. If you take top 100, then you don't always get the required coins yet. So you can use the top 30, top 50 for that particular exchange currently. Any further questions? Let me check the Q&A, guys. I'll have a question from the Spanish chat. So in the Telegram already, there is a comment that US nationals already register on Huobi. So yes, it is fine. US nationals can go and register there. So again, US nationals can do that. And I will be taking the questions from the Q&A, okay? So please write your questions there. So if our American partners get involved in the process, it would be cool. Let me ask you the question by VVL. So Vivi, I asked your first question, whether it's possible to get the license 140 and skip the rebalance. Well, you can stop the operation of the smart portfolio. So what you do is you launch it. It does the rebalancing, the starting rebalancing, and then you can deactivate the portfolio and it won't rebalance at all. Well, theoretically, you can go there and start and stop. And you will be doing it manually, but it's not entirely effective way of doing it. This is not the correct usage of the product, but well, you could do that manually, deactivate the operation of the smart portfolio, and it won't rebalance. So my idea is when you have more currency, then you pay the difference and you pay the full license eventually, and you have the full rebalancing settings. You can increase your portfolio. You just have to be systematic about it. And by gradually topping up your Binance account or Huobi account, you can start with 2,000, and then 2-3 months later, you might have 10, 20,000, because you will be topping up monthly, especially when the crypto is on the low, because this is the best time to enter the market. And then you can add your currents, more money, and then on the advanced package, you will have every 7 days rebalancing. I think this is the best way of using the instrument. Vivi, your second question, what is the percentage divided between the top 30 coins? This is the whole idea. It doesn't equally spread the coins. The bigger the share of the coin in the market, the bigger its share will be in your portfolio. And I'm trying to convey this message on every webinar. And I honestly don't understand why people don't see it. Can you realize how cool this instrument is? Solana, that popped up a year ago, nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it a year ago. And if you had a smart portfolio a year ago, that token would have already paid the entire license back to you. I don't understand, why are you not buying smart portfolio while the market is on the low? We have Christmas and New Year's discounts. All the opportunities are there for you to make money. Next year, the cryptocurrency market will grow by 2-3 times. There is a probability that Bitcoin might cost $200,000, like 5 times more than it costs today. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Many of our partners are complaining that we have frozen WCRUs. Go and buy the unfrozen top 100 cryptocurrencies that you can sell any given time at any given time. People are complaining that we don't have dividends. Buy the cryptocurrencies now, and in 2 to 3 months, you will have you will double or triple your profits here and now. And 100% liquidity. I honestly don't, I'm the happiest person alive, I guess, that I have this investment instrument in my portfolio. And I know that they offer me to have, people like, go look this token, go look that token. And I give them one simple answer, like, look, I already have a top 100 best tokens. Why would I consider anything else? I already have a top 100, the best coins, the most popular coins, everyone knows. And they are defined by the market itself, not people or companies, but the market itself. And most of the money is in those tokens. They are the most reliable as of today. And the coolest thing about it is that in 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, I will still have the top of the top coins. They might be different coins, but they still be in the top. And I don't really need to know what kind of tokens they are. I don't have any headaches, because the smart portfolio takes care of it for me. It saves my time on the analysis. This is the first task it performs. I don't have to analyze anything, like what cryptocurrencies where. Smart portfolio buys the best. And the second task it addresses is that it saves my time and money on purchasing all those 100 coins. For me to just buy 100 coins, I have to like spend a lot of time to, open my wallets, top up, then, buy all those coins individually. It will take me quite a lot of time. Whereas here I send money to the exchange and I forget about it. I know that Smart Portfolio will do everything for me. And thank God. I already earned $73 without doing anything. So Denise, I asked your question about the KYC problems that the system telling you that you run more than one account. So probably you might have registered somewhere in the past and you might not even remember that you registered the email that you used for registration. Probably I had such cases. There was a person in our Academy of Private Investors. People register using my referral link and they try to go through the verification and the system tells them you're already registered, and they say, how come? They start clarifying and it turns out someone already invited them in the past and they already went through the registration verification procedure and were registered under someone else's name. And the same with the Binance exchange. You might not remember that you already tried or registered somewhere in the past, or maybe someone did it for you with your email, or maybe you did it just for one transaction. Maybe someone helped you do that and you don't know about it. And then maybe someone asked your email and then they forgot to notify you. Or what you can do is you go to the technical support and ask them the email which was used to verify that other account that you say you don't have, Denise. And if they tell you that you have more than one account, tell them what kind of email they say you used to get that account. And then you can access that account or close it down, or just maybe use the search engine in your email and see whether you have any old letters from Binance. Maybe you will have several messages there. Well, again, guys, as for the Binance US, please, and we asked them like to inform us. So yes, they plan to do it in March, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that they will do it in March. The plan is to address that whole issue in March. And if we run ahead of the schedule, then we might do it before. Again, we have 200 users in the chat that I told you about. They have that information already. There are 6 exchanges in the plans. 6 exchanges, and Binance US is one of them. Okay, we have no further questions, I guess. All the questions regarding the profi investor, invest consultant should be asked somewhere else. This is not the place. Mentorship calls, for example, in invest consultant or profi investor mentorship calls. So I see no further questions. Okay. Then I'm going to show you some more interesting information. Just give me a second. Let me find it for you. So this is not the correct one. The Spanish partners are saying that you can also check the questions related to the United States and hobby in the Telegram chat. In the group, right? That I'm managing, correct? Well, of course I shall, but after the webinar, I will answer those questions. Okay, look. So I'm keeping this table of the profitability of our cryptocurrency portfolio. And I think Andre told us at the business forum and the summary webinar that how many Bitcoin we have in the portfolio and how much Ethereum we have in the portfolio. Who heard during the summary webinar and remember how much Bitcoin and Ethereum we have in the portfolio? Anyone? Write us in the chat how many Bitcoins we have in the portfolio, the company's portfolio, crypto portfolio. $60 Bitcoin, they say in the Italian chat. 60, guys. But it's more than 150 Bitcoin and 4,000 Ethereums. So they were bought a year ago, almost a year ago, for $5.5 million, so approximately. And currently, those assets are worth $25 million. And in my table, I calculated that this is capital gains per month of 13%. If we take a look, well, if we see that those are just Bitcoins and Ethereums that are lying still, not working, not doing anything, they're just there. And out of 5 million, we made 25 million in just 1 year by doing nothing. So that investment brought 13% per month. Just that investment alone. And those assets will still be there in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And their purpose is to be there for like 10 years. This is a long-term investment, like a cold storage. It's like a long-term financial purpose for them. And I'm more than sure that in 10 years, Bitcoin can cost $1 million, 6 or 10 million. And this investment is part of the global investment portfolio in the cryptocurrency part of it, of the portfolio. And now ask yourself a question. If we saw the 5 times increase of the cryptocurrency part of the portfolio, WCRU, it was times 5 in 1 year, whereas the CRU token can be exchanged into WCRU token 1-to-1. So if you go to the exchange right now, you will see, we all know that at the beginning of the year, tokens could have been bought at 25-30 cents. Now they cost way less. So the cost of the assets inside the portfolio increased by a factor of 5, but the price of the token decreased several times. And I wanted to understand why I'm buying our assets, because I fully realize and I fully see that what is included in the composition of our portfolio is growing at an incredible pace. And at the same time, our token, and many people are simply dumping those tokens because they don't realize what they have. They want quick money, they don't understand, and so on. And currently the price of the token went beyond 7%, 7 cent or 0.7 cent. And I'm happy because I was buying here at 8 cents. I bought myself $1,000 worth of CRUs, and then I'll buy $1,000 more at 7 cents. I will make even a bigger profit here. I bought here, I bought here, in here. For me, this thing looks exactly the same as in 2017, the story with the Bitcoin. So look, here it is, 5 years, okay? It's 2017, the history of Bitcoin. It's 17, 18, 20, Bitcoin cost almost 20,000. And then for 3 years, it was less than 20,000, sorry. For 3 years, it was less than that. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to be buying tokens for 3 years, even if it goes to 0.6 cents or 0.5, even 0.1 cent, I will still be buying it. But then don't complain that I will have made lots of money on it and others are sitting without a cent. I'm not talking about you, but people who are dumping their tokens for very low, cheap, and because they need a quick buck. And I would like to deploy my own node, and that's why I need CRUs. And then the business account opening for me will be way cheaper after the token's price goes up. Even if there are people, if you saw this candlestick over here, you could have bought here, and then you could have sold it here and make 50% return on it. And then there will be another jump, I'm sure. And I know that we will, those people who know what they're buying, they might make a good profit. And I know why, because what you can see here in the chart,
this is 5 times growth over a year, 5 times growth since from 5 million to 25 million. And now what our World CRU tokens, they are dumped. Okay, hopefully there are no further questions. The near future, there will be local webinars in languages such as Spanish, Italian, Hindi. So there will be only one international webinar next month. It will be mostly Q&A when we come together and ask some questions about the tool, about this product, and discuss some other common issues. Whereas afterwards, we intend to make sure that the people that are leaders in their language groups, in their regions, we have Mauricio in the Spanish room. He's not from Spain, but he's from Mexico, I guess, Colombia. Then we have guys from Israel. we agreed that in the Jewish language, the presentation will be made. I'm looking forward for some guys from India, Italy, and we will have local webinars in your local languages. I will train speakers who over a year will advance their status by selling smart portfolio. Please note that the license of smart portfolio is 1,200, and this is a great chance to earn under the partnership program. And in the short run, I plan to make Belarus a leader in the sales of these products. As far as I remember correctly, the leader is Australia. By the way, Australians, if you need me, please invite me to run some webinars for you. If you want to organize such a webinar in your region, the presentation of this product, please get in contact with me. We will arrange the timing. We will come to an agreement with the interpreters, and you will provide this presentation in your local language. And we will help you set up the presentation so that the original speaker, so the native speaker, makes the presentation. I will simply guide you. So hopefully I managed to answer all your questions. And please use the scale from 1 to 10, whether today's webinar was useful, whether you managed to learn something new. There is a last question from the Spanish chat. Do you buy CRU and convert them into World CRU? No, I don't. But the idea is this one. So the idea is to convert it one day, but it will be converted a bit later when it is cheaper. It means that if today I paid less than 1 cent per one CRU, and 6 months after, or 10 months after, or 12 months after, one CRU is 50 cents, and it means that the conversion will cost me cheaper, and I can get World CRU much cheaper than it is today. So the price of one World CRU today is $1. When I buy CRUs and convert them a bit later, I may get World CRU at a price lower than the market price today. What matters here is the strategy and the patience. The third rule of a private investor is to build your financial plan. My financial plan is to buy out CRU tokens because I am not the top wallet on blockchain. So on blockchain, you may see our top wallets. I don't have a lot of CRUs tokens, therefore I will buy them, and my plan until World CRU token is less than 20 cents, I will buy at any price. Every month, some amount will be deposited to my Binance account. So any earning I have, I reinvest the major part of it, because I have an active earning, passive earning, and these earnings, the major part of these earnings is distributed, is reinvested into different assets, buying of CRU tokens, buying stock market shares, and etc. And I will grow my portfolio and improve it. And the cheaper the asset is, for instance, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and CRUs are quite low, and I'm assessing what to buy. So I have some amounts to invest in all these assets, and I will buy them continuously until Bitcoin's price is 1 million and CRU's price is more than 20 cents. When it exceeds 20 cents, then I will consider a different strategy, or maybe 20 cents and then immediately jumped up to $2 or $20. Why not? It is possible. And while it is getting cheaper, it is the best time to buy. The richest people make money not when the prices are growing, but when the prices are crashing, reducing, because the people with large, big capitals, they don't think how to sell at more expensive price, but their concern is how to buy it cheaper and what to buy cheaper. But to sell higher is much easier rather than buying cheaper. Try right away to buy Bitcoin at 3,500, how I did it. Quite unlikely you would manage to do it. So only when you are a fraudster, you can do it. Whereas now, yes, a token or Bitcoin may reduce to 30,000. Yes, it could, but the likelihood is quite small. Time will come and CRU token less than 1 cent is history. Bitcoin once cost less than 1 cent. $1 to invest, you may buy 1,350 Bitcoins at the very start of this process. It costs even cheaper than CRU token at the very start, and 10 years after, it is still present and everything is fine. Why do you believe that our CRU token is inferior to Bitcoin? Fundamentally, it is stronger than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has blockchain, decentralized, more decentralized blockchain, but we may make our blockchain more decentralized if each of us will open a node. And quite soon I try to accumulate 1 million token to buy it out. Okay, I see your tens, thank you. And let's thank our interpreters. Please give them 5 in the chat boxes as our gratitude for the work they do for all of us. And I will say goodbye to you. You may find me in our chats on the internet. We'll be pleased to talk to you. Please invite to your local presentations of Smart Portfolio. Organize these presentations, invite me, and I will share all the news and the knowledge I have. So bye-bye, good luck, and may the financial force stay with you.